From Christina. Hello, Supreme Leader Klavan. I am a writer and a woman. I love your commentary on men and your discussions on Raymond Chandler and the mean streets. I appreciate that you highlight how we all need to fulfill the honorable requirements. I was wondering if you could expound on that idea for women. As a conservative and a writer, I like the structure of a hero's quest, but I still know from my own life experience that the hero's journey for women is different than that of men. It is. And she says, I'd like to know what you think from a cultural and biblical perspective. You know, this is really true that women's hero journey is different. I've said this before, that the essential story at the heart of every story is, can the woman be loving enough to find a man and create a new generation? And can the man be brave enough to protect her? Those are the things that we're kind of dealing with. And can the man break away from his father? Can he become, the man that he wants to be? And can the woman become the woman that she wants to be? It's not, feminists impose all these ideas of strength and all this stuff. Yes, it does take strength to become a woman and a full woman, but it also, it takes a certain kind of tenderness and lovingness and vulnerability that men don't always express. The person who writes about this, I have to tell you, and I know is plugging my own family, but is my daughter, Faith Moore. She has a website, a blog about Disney princesses, and she talks about how the fairy tales show the women's journey, because fairy tales are one of the great cultural contributions of women to society, because they were all made up by moms telling their kids fairy tales. And so Faith, anyway, if you go to Faith K. Moore on Twitter, that will lead you to her blog site, and you can read about that as well. But the woman's journey is different. It is more tied up with love. The man's journey is also tied up with love, but it is also tied up with a kind of physical warrior courage that is required to protect the people he's going to create. The woman's journey is much more invested in recreation and recreate, because men can't do that. That is women's superpower, is to recreate the generation. And all stories are kind of these stories that come out of the very deepest level of the human heart. How do we stay alive until the next generation, I think, is really what's underneath a lot of them.